Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to peel back the layers on a decision you probably make all the time without even thinking twice about it: what to eat at a bustling food market or festival. So picture this. You're hit with a dozen different smells, sights, and sounds. You might think, okay, my choice is all about taste, right? What am I craving? But what if I told you that choice is actually being guided by an invisible menu of really powerful psychological triggers? So in this explainer, here's what we're going to do. We're going to walk through the entire customer journey, step by step, and uncover the 6 key secrets that the best vendors use to win you over, right from the moment you show up to long after you've finished your meal. Okay, so let's dive right in with the most fundamental secret. This is like the foundation of the entire invisible menu. You see, when you buy street food, you might think you're buying lunch, but what you're really buying is a feeling. Behavioral research totally backs this up. The main reason we buy street food is what they call hedonic. A utilitarian purchase is just practical, right? It's just to stop your stomach from growling. But a hedonic one, that's what this is. It means we're actually shopping for pleasure, for a fun, happy experience. And get this is just how powerful that feeling is. How you feel has 1.5 times more impact on your decision than how you think. That's huge. The really successful vendors, they get this. They know they're not just selling food. They're crafting an entire emotional experience because they know that's what really drives our decision to buy. Okay, so if it's all about the feeling, the big question is, how do vendors create it? Well, it starts with the very first sense they go after, way before you even lay eyes on the food, and that's your nose. And believe me, this is no accident. There's a name for it: olfactory marketing. That amazing smell of, say, grilling onions or fresh bread, it plugs directly into the part of your brain that handles emotion and memory. It creates this instant, subconscious reaction that totally bypasses all your rational thinking. And check this out. The power of this technique is just wild, even when you're not talking about food. I mean, if a special scent can make 84% more people want to buy a pair of sneakers, just imagine what the smell of fresh frying dough does to you when you're hungry at a street fair. It's game over. Actually, the science is pretty clear. You're 100 times more likely to remember something you smell than anything you see, hear, or touch. It's incredible. So that one specific smell creates this super powerful, lasting memory that pulls you in and, brings you back again and again. It's an invitation your senses just can't refuse. All right, so the smell worked. It's pulled you in. But then you see it. A long line. Now, your first instinct might be, no way, I'm not waiting. But here's the twist. That line is often a key part of the plan. See, a line is what we call social proof. It's like a giant flashing neon sign that's screaming, hey, this food is awesome. It's popular. It's totally worth the wait. It basically lowers the risk for you. You think, well, all these people can't be wrong, right? So the real secret isn't to get rid of the line, it's to manage the wait. The smartest vendors, they turn that wait into part of the whole experience. They'll make the cooking a live show, maybe they'll hand out menus early to get you thinking, they engage with you. And speaking of those menus, once you get one in your hand, oh boy, that's when a whole new set of mind games kicks off. Right, so there you are, you're in the line, you're looking at the menu, and this is where a completely different kind of psychology starts to play out. It's all designed to frame what you think is a good deal and nudge you towards a certain choice. Okay, just look at this example. This is a classic trick called the decoy effect. So, the small platter seems fine. The large one, kind of pricey. But look at that medium one. It's designed to be a terrible deal. I mean, for just $2 more, you get way more with the large. The medium platter's only job, its only purpose, is to make that larger platter look like an absolute no-brainer. It's brilliant. And then, of course, you've got charm pricing. This is probably one of the oldest tricks in the book. Our brains, they read left to right, right? So we get stuck on that first number. So $9.99 feels so much closer to $9 than it does to 10, even though we all know it's just a 1-cent difference. It still works. Okay, remember that free sample you got while you were waiting in line? Seemed like a really nice gesture, right? Just a little taste? Well, it's actually pulling on a really deep, primal human instinct. It's all about something called reciprocity. Here's how it works. When someone gives you a small gift completely out of the blue, it triggers this powerful subconscious feeling that you owe them something. You feel this little internal nudge to, repay the favor, to clear that social debt. And just like that, with one tiny sample, the whole dynamic shifts. It's not a cold business transaction anymore. Now it's a social exchange, a friendly thing. And because of that, you are so much more likely to buy something, even if you were just planning to look. All right, we've come to the final piece of the puzzle, the master stroke. This is the thing that turns you from a one-time customer into a loyal fan, the thing that makes you come back long after the food is gone. And what is it? It's the story. Think about it. In a packed food market, a great story is everything. Anyone can sell tacos, but a vendor selling tacos from grandma's secret recipe? That's totally different. A story about how they started or their mission to use local ingredients, that creates a real emotional connection that honestly, the food by itself just can't. And this isn't just a hunch. Check out this insight from Harvard Business Review. Emotionally connected customers are 50% more valuable than customers who are just highly satisfied. When you buy into the story, you're not just a customer anymore. You feel like you're part of their journey, and that turns simple satisfaction into real, powerful loyalty. So let's pull it all together. The entire experience is basically engineered from start to finish. It all begins with knowing we're there to buy happiness. Then they use scent to hook us in, they use the line as proof of quality, they guide our wallets with a tricky menu, and they seal the deal with a great story. It's a whole system. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is this all just manipulation? But here's the thing. The best vendors aren't using this psychology to trick you. They're using it to serve you better. They're trying to make your decision easier, build trust, and just create a more fun, memorable, and awesome experience for you. So that leaves us with one final thought. Now that you're in on the secrets, are you going to see them out in the wild? The next time you find yourself drawn to one food stall over all the others, just take a second and ask yourself, what part of that invisible menu just made my choice for me?